And then it was on. Yes, right. Thank you. Wherever you are. Well, I started my fitness journey early, so I was always an athlete. But as I kind of developed into adulthood, I realized that fitness was an outlet for me. So growing up, it was like, oh, I'm just always, active. I like running track. But as I transitioned into like college and I kind of went more in depth, I realized that health was an outlet for me because a lot of people in my family struggle with health. So honestly, like 90% of my family is dealing with like diabetes, mental health, like there's just so many different, high blood pressure. So I realized that fitness was kind of like an escape for me. And in doing so, I found my purpose and my passion. So here we are.
I had a pretty similar start. I think fitness was the same thing for me. It was maybe, I started the gym a few months after I lost my mom to breast cancer. I was 14 years old. I just kind of tagged along with my dad and my brother to the gym. And it really just, at that point in my life, it wasn't for any aesthetic goal. Similar to Sadia, I was an athlete as well, so I had a pretty solid foundation as far as like strength-wise and my body's ability to train. And so I was good at it, but at the same time, it also made me feel amazing. Like I felt so much better after workout than I did when I walked in the gym. And with going through all that stuff that I was going through at that time, that was a much needed feeling. It was kind of like I would look forward to going to the gym. At one point I was going twice a day, like 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 p.m. in the evening, like before school, after school. I was in there because I needed that escape at that time. And because it started out as that for me, I found that, I stuck with it through college and that people would gravitate towards me to help them on their own journeys, and that's kind of how it developed into me getting into the industry. I think for me, luckily, I've always been entrepreneurial minded, and I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wasn't sure in what field. And so when I found that I really loved fitness and I kind of tested out the waters with, running a few boot camps and running like some online stuff, I realized, there's a potential for me to make money doing something that I really, really enjoy doing. And so at that point, it became me just figuring out how I can, maximize this opportunity to do something I really love and make it profitable at the same time. And so that's where I got a degree in business administration. So that's where I kind of put that into work in that aspect.
So at first it was an outlet for me. So subconsciously I was just like doing it for me to build myself up, to make me feel good. And in doing so, I actually found healing in helping others. So that's when Simply Tone came along. And helping others really gave me purpose behind it. So at first it's kind of like, this is a hobby, this is what I like doing. But then when I became Simply Tone Fitness, it was about helping others, and it was about pouring into people and being purpose driven and eliminating the ego and, eliminating the aesthetics. It was really about how many people I could help. And now, as you just mentioned, Locked In Fitness, as my brand is growing, I didn't want to make me the center of it. So I am still Simply Tone, but my group is called Locked In Fitness. And Locked In is something that, it's a motto that we have that we always communicate right before our workout. But when my clients come in, I'm like, are you guys locked in? And they say yes, and then we just go to work. And so it's just a good reminder for them that you have to lock into your fitness goals. You want to lock into a community. It just makes it more team oriented. And I've learned that like when people feel a part of a team, they feel more powerful, they feel stronger. Like it's not about their fitness goals anymore. It's about the accountability around them. So yes, many transitions, but I'm excited.
Pretty much the same thing that we were talking about earlier at lunch. Trying to decentralize your business from yourself. Absolutely. Because you realize that there's a lot more avenues to and layers to the fitness industry than just training in person.
Absolutely.
And it's really hard to tap into those and commit to those while you're doing that. And just like branching out and expanding, it's hard to do on your own.
Yep.
And so, just like you said, like with Locked In Fitness Group, being your avenue, just me expanding my team. So instead of it now being, we separated me from the Bowflex Barbie fitness brand. So I'm Bowflex Barbie, but there's Team Bowflex Barbie Fitness.
Yeah.
That is
the team aspect
team,
of it.
yeah.
Yep.
So there's, Christina, who's amazing. There's Cameron and Whitney as well that are, a part of my team. So it's not just me anymore, not just Bowflex Barbie, but there's a whole team
Absolutely.
behind the brand. Initially, the source of my inspiration was, or is sometimes still, I tap into why I started. I remember that feeling of the 14-year-old girl that got up every morning at 5 a.m. to go to the gym with her dad and would look forward to that session every day in the evening. I remember that burning desire to be in the gym and why and how I felt. And that kind of inspires me to keep pushing because I remember why I started and how powerful and how important fitness has been and is to me personally. And the other layer to that is that now that I've felt that way and I've shared that with the world, that people are now looking to me for that inspiration, that inspires me because I know that there's eyes watching, there's people that are going to see me doing and be motivated to do as well. And I think that reminder kind of clicks into that there's eyes on you, there are people that are rooting for me and that want to see me win and that are hoping that what I do helps them to be better as well. So that I think that's a heavy, I don't want to say load, but it's a heavy thing, thing to carry. So.